I should probably go to the intro because, yes. Alright. We are back with another lifetime challenge, which I'm still not in my seat yet. I should probably do that. Let me do that. I picked perhaps the worst time to stream this because at least over here, we're in a bit of a, I mean, it's not like a nasty heat wave, but it is a heat wave, and it is not fun. And it does get really warm in the house. Like, there's no insulation, and it's like whenever it gets hot, like all the heat comes in, and then it just stays here. And like, I have both of the windows open because it is getting a little shady over here, so it should be getting a little cooler, but the heat's just not gonna go anywhere. Like, it's not gonna go out. I'm surprised that my time is actually still in the gold, but I know I can go a lot faster. I think I only did a couple laps, and that was on the controller. But for today's lifetime challenge, we are gonna go back into this one Dragon Trail Gardens with the Audi R8, and I'm going to see if I can try to improve my lap time. I don't know by how much. I'm hoping if I can get into the 143s, and I'll be happy and maybe call it a day. Still daytime over here, which is nice. I'll be enjoying the daytime for the next few months before it gets dark really quickly. Okay, how do I dismiss there's like a message that my pinned message is hovering over, so I actually cannot see whatever message showed up. Like, yes, I see. Like, I'd actually have to go check the computer. So I don't know whose message that is, but like, can you like type that again so I can see on the phone? I don't know if it's like a hello or yeah, or if it's just my message. I don't know. I actually don't know whose message that is. But in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and get this going. Yeah. But for now, because it's already pretty warm in here, and I already have a couple things on, right? So I have the wheel on, I have the PlayStation on, the TV on, and the fan on. I mean, minus the fan, like those things will warm up the house pretty quickly. Or at least my room. it'll warm up my room really quickly. And as I said earlier, like the heat will just not leave. By the time the heat leaves, it's already getting warm again because it's the next day. So I kind of just have to deal with it. But one thing I could do, which is what I'm doing right now, is have the room lights off, because I know the room lights heat up the house or heat up my room really quickly, which is nice when it's winter, but not so nice when it's a pretty hot day like today. Which is, oh, come on. Yeah, so because of that, I was like, well, I'm gonna have the lights off. You're not gonna be able to see me, so there's kind of no point in having the webcam on for now. Like, maybe if it somehow gets a little cooler later today, if I'm still streaming by the time, maybe I'll be able to turn on the lights and then turn on the webcam, but for now, the webcam is going to be off. Like, even at work, because I work in a warehouse, like, it was already pretty warm, and I was sweating a lot. It's disgusting. And I just want to be nice and comfortable in here. I don't want to be sweating as much. Oh, that was a much better chicken. Yeah, but hopefully you guys are not melting as much as I am, because yeah, or at least as much as I was, because it was not that fun. And over here, I'm just trying to stay nice and cool. Luckily, the fan I have is pretty good. But the other thing is that because I have the mic on, I don't want you guys to hear the fan on full blast. So I actually have it at level 2 out of 5. So I can at least get some cooling, but also not have the fan blasting at the mic. So hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. If it is, I'm sorry. But I'm trying not to melt over here. I already did enough of that at work. For those who don't know what the heck is going on, this is the new Left Challenge that came out, or it went live last night. It's Dragon Control Gardens with the Audi R8. I think it's the 07 model. And we are on the sports hard tires, pretty much bone stock configuration. I think this car has sports hard tires as its default tires, like the factory settings. And we're gonna see if we can try to get a 143. If I can, then I'll make a lap guide out of it. And hopefully 2 hours will be enough for me to make that happen. I did a little bit of the time trial last night, just as it came out. And one thing that I found out, at least when I was on the controller, was that it understeers like crazy. At least on the controller. This is my first time giving it a go on the wheel. And yeah, so my first thoughts or first impressions was that the car doesn't like to turn, and the brakes were mushy. That was my experience on the controller. Right now, the the brakes still feel mushy. But at least on the wheel, it feels a little better. Which is strange to say. Because normally, they kind of just feel the same to me with all the other cars that I've messed around with. But here, with this specific car, it feels very different. I think this is probably the first road car where the experience on the controller does not match the experience on the wheel. Maybe this is me. It's really, yeah, it feels really strange because here on the wheel, it doesn't feel as understeer. Like there's still a bit of understeer, but it doesn't feel as understeery as on the controller last night. The brakes still feel a bit mushy though. I think that's like the only thing that's going to be the common thing. So I will need to brake a bit early. That, and I'm noticing that the downshifts really get this car rotated, so that's going to be key for me to try to get this thing around the corners, especially this corner right here. At least get the initial turn in and then just try to be really careful to here. I had a lift right there. It did get a bit understeering. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out this combination. Although I think right now I'm braking a bit too early. I think I could brake a little bit later. The good news is that we are already shaving off time, which is great. Now I just gotta find, what's it like, at least 1.074 seconds to break into the 43s. This is, oh, that could have been a lot worse. Normally for that left turn, you do not want to dip into the grass like that. I got really lucky. Because if you hit that curb with those wheels that dip into the grass, it's going to really unsettle the car. Well, okay, there we go. Now we got a bit of rotation. Okay, maybe I saw. Okay, so I know earlier, like just before I started the stream, I did come across a comment that was, well, I want to say that they were disagreeing with what I thought about this car. And right now, at least on the wheel, I may have been a little too harsh on this car. It's still understeery, but at least on the wheel, and that's the key thing. At least on the wheel, it doesn't feel as understeery. Or maybe that was just 12 a.m. me having major skill issues, which wouldn't be a surprise at all because I was falling asleep. However, the brakes, I'm still not a big fan of. They still feel a bit mushy. But other than that, I may have been a little too harsh on this car. But for now that I'm starting to get an idea about what I'm going to need to do to try to get into the 43s. It's just a matter of trying to get used to this car, this combination, and then just string it all together, and then hopefully I can get the 43 sooner than later. I'm wondering if it's possible for the second half of those series of corners to set the car up in a way where it's possible to take the second half of those turns flat out. If it's possible, it's going to be pretty difficult. It also doesn't help that Gardens is one of those tracks I'm not a big fan of. And I think it has to do with the chicanery and how you have to ride the sausages to try to get a better time. Like, I think it was like for a while, especially back in GT Sport. Oh, that rotation, that felt nice. And that gave me a really good setup for this part right here. And just like that, like, yeah, if you ride the sausages just right, you'll gain time. So remember, my friends, drink lots of water and ride sausages. That's an important life lesson. Ride sausages and stay hydrated. But anyways, I remember back in GT Sport, I think it's especially back in GT Sport, I kind of had a really huge thing against riding those sausages. So like whenever I could, I would go out of my way to not ride the sausages because, I mean, as you see, riding those sausages will gain you a lot of time. I just went off. Like if you do it right, like it'll gain you so much time, but especially if you're in a race, like under race settings or race pace, as some people call it. If you ride those sausages very poorly, or like if one of your wheels hits them, you're gonna be in a really awkward situation. And on some cars, the consequences of that is pretty severe. Like if it's like a car with low clearance, like what's it, the Red Bull Junior? I know that car will punish the living hell out of you if you hit the sausages. But like if you hit those sausages, depending on the car that you're using, like the car will either try to go flying to the heavens or maybe it'll flip over. I know some cars will flip over. I'm braking too late. That's what I'm realizing. I'm braking too late. And some cars, like you'll just straight up lose control as it ends. Like it's nearly impossible to save it if you hit that sausage curb with the wheels. Yeah, I went way too slow there. J-Funk, exactly. See, you know what's up. Drink water or stay hydrated, whichever sounds better, and ride sausages. Ride sausages. That should be my new motto. Stay hydrated and ride sausages. just not say anything, just leave. Yeah, but I know back in GT Sport, I was extremely against riding these sausages. Now I'm kind of just like, yeah, it's kind of whatever at this point. Still not a big fan of them, but I'm kind of just like, yeah, it's whatever. I don't give a crap anymore. Like, do whatever you want. I probably should. Yeah, I think that's a second gear corner. Like when I saw that people were cheesing the Sylvia Hughes time trial last week or the other week, I was just like, I'm not surprised. I was not surprised. And I know Tijani I think I don't know if TG mentioned that. I don't know if TG mentioned that he was not going to go back to try to improve the time after the last year's shenanigans was unveiled. Because I think he said that he had a good feeling that his lap time was going to be good enough to stay in gold even after the last turn cheesing was unveiled. I was kind of in the same camp. I was just like, you know what? I think what I thought was, what I was thinking was like, I'm just gonna keep an eye on the lap time challenge, and if it gets to like if my time gets to 2.5%, then I'll go back in and try to improve my time. But if it doesn't reach that point, then I'm just not gonna go back. And I think in the end my time was like 2.2%. So I didn't even have to go back in, which is nice. That was a terrible hairpin. It actually worked. I'll say this. It looks like you really want to be in manual transmission for this lap time challenge, because those downshifts really help this car rotate around the corner. And you're kind of going to need that. Otherwise, you're really going to be understeering quite a bit. The good news is we're already half a second away from the 143s. Yeah, and oh yeah, and then there's like the sausages at Laguna Seca. Actually, I don't. Man, I should know this because I was there just this past weekend, but I didn't take a good look at the sausages. But I don't think they look like as harsh as they do in GT7. At least from where I was at. Because I spent most of my time at the corkscrew in turns 10 and 11. So or turns 9 and 10. So it was like the corkscrew, and then the left turn, the right turn. That's where I was at most of the day. And then I spent a bit of time at turn 4. And I don't think the sausage curb there looked as brutal as it does in GT7. Did you see the shenanigans on race A leaderboard? I did not. I don't even know what race A is. I should know this because I always post up the daily races on Monday at midnight, but I think, like, I looked at the combination. I remember looking at the combination. I was like, yeah. Because I was kind of feeling like, okay, maybe if there's like a good daily race combination, then I'll probably do a daily race or two. But then I looked at the daily races and I'm just like, eh. And went to bed. That's when I knew I'm probably not even going to touch daily races this week. Oh, Major Center. Oh, there's a lot of things that could happen there. Are we talking about... Oh no, is this what I think it is? Is this where people are slamming into the walls and they're getting away with it, for at least for the time trial? Is that what I think it is? What's it? Is it their normal or the reverse layout? Because I know if it's like the reverse layout, it's the first turn. If it's the normal layout, it's the final turn. Are people slamming into that wall? Because I would not be surprised in the least if people are slamming into the wall. You know what? I need to go look. Sorry, guys. I gotta go take a look. Dark Side, how's it going? I do apologize for having the webcam off. It is really hot in here, so I have the lights off and have the fan somewhat on blast. Not really, but yeah. If I turn on the lights, this room will just heat up like crazy. So okay, well I can already see there's a bit of shenanigans going on because people are not posting up their replays. We have what do you call it? We have the same we have the same person getting number 1 and 2 in the world. However, I am not impressed with their time because they didn't get the same exact time. Shame on you. Get the same exact time. I'm just kidding. Alright. Who are we looking at here? Mr. Drifter. Let's see. Show us the shenanigans that is known as turn number 1. Is it as bad as I think? Oh, he's doing it legit. He's doing it legit. Okay. Not too bad. Yeah, he does it legit. Okay. Is there someone else that's doing the shenanigans? Let's take a look at this replay. Someone's got to be doing it, unless if they already reset the leaderboards. Someone knows if they reset the leaderboards already? Yeah, that's the thing. I have no idea. I think we just have to go through each and every single, each replay and see if someone does it. Let's see. Does this we're about to find out if this person does it. He's doing it legit as well. They might have reset it. Yeah, they might have reset it. Let's see. I think there might be a way to know. There might be a way to know. Sometimes there will be a mention of like the sensitivity of the walls, but I'm not seeing it here. Interesting. I'm somewhat convinced that they might have reset it. Because yeah, I think they might have reset it. But I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know 100%. Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards that PD fixed it. I still remember the days of the extremely infamous lack of major pick glitch. I remember those days very well, and the crazy thing is that because I was which sounds a bit weird to say, but I was researching this a while back, and the thing is that I think some people, because on GT Planet, someone mentioned that this has been known for an extremely long time. It's just that it just wasn't known until GT7 introduced the additional layouts for like a Major, like what's like West End or West and all that stuff. And that's when that glitch came to light. So I was like, whoa. Then the question is like, how long has this glitch been around? The answer to that, which I don't know if it's going to surprise any of you, but it definitely surprised me. That glitch, the pit stop glitch, has been around since Gran Turismo Sport. And the best way to find this out is by going to the Kyoto track. Like, go to the full layout. Give me a moment. Go to the full layout, and then just park at one of the pit stop entries on the Miyabi layout. You'll get reset all the way to the Yamagiwa layout. But of course, because you skipped a sector, I think you skip at least 1 or 2 sectors, your lap is not going to count. So you pretty much just lost an entire lap. But it's because of how the addition of West End, East End layouts at Lago Maggiore, and where they place the sectors is where PD unintentionally created the perfect disaster. And it's once that glitch started to become known, where we had that infamous daily race where everyone was doing it for daily race B, and then suddenly the daily race, I think the daily race got switched over to Red Bull Ring, and we didn't see Maggiore for a while. At least a Maggiore track where you if that was possible to do, then that just wasn't used. But if it was like Maggiore West End, Maggiore East End, Maggiore Center, then that will be used as a daily race combination. But if it was like the full Maggiore or Maggiore West, then you weren't going to see it because you could exploit the glitch. But eventually they fixed it, but they never said anything about it. It was probably grouped under like various bugs and other things have been addressed. Which I don't remember when exactly they fixed it, but I remember like on one of the patch nights I want to go try it out, and that's when I saw that it got fixed. It's just that PD never said anything about it. However, what if I told you guys that the glitch still exists? Like, you can, I think I remember testing it like a few months ago. You can still do it. It's just that it is extremely hard to do it, and it becomes questionable if it's even worth doing it. Because it is possible to do it, at least when I last tried it, it was possible to do it at Alsace. But you have to get the car perfectly positioned to trigger it. Actually, it's not even just that, because the pit stop entry for the test course, like if you're doing the regular Alsace, the pit stop entry is just before the start of the final sector. So what you have to do, if you're so inclined or so determined to do that glitch, you have to brake. You have to stop the car just as you cross into the final sector, back yourself up to the glitch spot, and then like go forward and adjust yourself perfectly into that glitch spot, and then you'll glitch over to the start finish line. But that's the thing. It's only gonna be worth it for. Actually, I don't even know if it's like if it's even worth it to begin with, because there's like a lot of time that you have to spend and try and like perfect everything and getting the car position just right. Like, I think it's only worth doing if you're in an extremely slow car. Like, we're talking Fiat 500F for the 60 slow. Like if you're in a race car, it's not worth it. If you're in the Unimog, it might actually be worth doing that, which is pretty funny to say. But again, you have to position yourself perfectly. And I don't know if that car's gonna be able to fit in that glitch spot. I probably got some homework for me to do. It'd be funny if you could make it work, but I'm not fully confident that you can. And that's if that glitch is still there. Henry, how's it going? Let's see. How's Mr. Focus with Henry here? Ayo. Hopefully your gym session went well. But that's the infamous story of the Lago Major pick glitch. Or the other infamous story where honestly it was a blink and you miss it. Where and I think this glitch was only around for like 20 minutes because it was a server-side issue where it was possible to buy an invisible car from the Legends dealership. And I'm gonna be honest, I still don't know how that happened. Because it was really weird, because here's the thing. So the Legends car dealership rotates, I think it's like a midnight UTC, which would be about 5 p.m. over here. However, it was 1 a.m. when this happened, like 1 a.m. my time, so I think it was like 8 or 9 in the morning over here, 8 or 9 a.m. UTC, when a rotation happens, which is extremely weird. Normally, you'd see cars added to the rotation if an update happens, like a game patch. But there was no game patch. Like, this invisible car got randomly added to the rotation at the randomest time. And if you know how like the cars, like they have like a learn more, so you can learn a bit about the car before you buy it. It had like you could click on the button, but it just wouldn't do anything. It weighed, I think it weighed like -1 pounds. I think most of its stats, like horsepower and all that stuff, was blank. And the car was worth 100,000 credits. So what does my dumbass do? I buy like 5 of them. Because I wanted to see like if it'll pop up in your garage, but I quickly found out that if you buy that invisible car, like it'll do like the whole cutscene of like the car driving out of the garage, or like the dealership. That's what I meant. But once you try to see if it ends up in your garage, like you'll see that nothing appears. So essentially, you just wasted 100,000 credits, or in my dumbass case, wasted 500,000 credits. Was it worth it? Hell yeah, because it had me laughing. And I think that was only around for like 20 minutes before it got removed. Yeah, but like so few people got to see that happen. Because again, it was at a completely random time, and it was only around for like a very short amount of time. So it's basically, it's like you just had to be there at the right time. How many 20 million credit cards? Let's see. Eight might be right. Because you got the 250 GTO, you got the McLaren F1, the road car. Is the F1 GTR also 20 million credits? I think, like the groups. I think what's it? Both the group 2 and 3 versions are 20 million credits. You have one of the Mercedes is worth 20 million credits. What else? I'm trying to remember. Is that one Alfa Romeo 20 million credits? I'm trying to remember. I think the Alfa Romeo is 20 million credits. The S Barker, that one, I think that one was last worth 13 million, so not there. Trying to think which other cars are worth 20 million credits. That's all I can remember off the top of my head. Silva, how's it going? Patrick, how's it going? I do apologize for not reading the messages. I would love to have the second monitor out to read the messages, but I have a fan replacing it because it is hot in here. Yeah, but hopefully you guys are staying cool wherever you guys are in the world and not melting, because that ain't fun. Honestly, I thought I had it, but I guess it was. I didn't. Yeah, but I have the lights off, so that's why I have the webcam off, because the lights, it heats up the room lights. It heats up the room really quickly, and it gets nasty. So I have it off for now. It's pretty dark in here, so no point in having the webcam on for now. If it somehow cools down really quickly, then I'll turn it on, but it's not looking that way. I think it's also going to be a warm day tomorrow. Come on. Here we go. I still agree with 12 a.m. me that the brakes suck. They feel mushy, and I don't like that. But the handling, I mean, if you time the downshift right, this car will rotate pretty nicely. I just gotta be careful about dipping into the red stuff, because I always get worried I'm just gonna go off the track if I dip into the red. this should be probably a 0.3. Yeah, it's a 0.3. So doing good so far. Getting closer to the time that I want, which is a 1:43. Come on, please turn. Attaboy. Nope, I hit the sausage. That too, Henry. That too. Yo, I just read your comments, so hopefully you're able to get an awesome time there. Switch to the B10. Let me just go to GT Auto and get the engine stop going. Also, I don't know if you guys were there for last night's stream, because in last night's stream I was showing off a couple of the pictures that I took during Car Week, because that's where I was last week, hence no stream. And man, Car Week was crazy this year. And I think what makes it even crazier was that I didn't go to as many places during that week, or the couple of days I was there. I didn't go to that many places, because normally what I do during Car Week is I just drive around everywhere and just look to see what crazy cars like lurking around there. But this year I didn't do that. I spent most of my days in like one particular area, or I'd spend like half of the day in one area and then like go somewhere else. But yeah, I didn't go to as many areas this year in Monterey/Carmel, but some of the cars that were just chilling out there or driving around, absolute insanity. So on the first day, which I think it was Thursday, I think my day one for me was Thursday. I wish I could go. I wish I was able to go on Wednesday, but I had some stuff come up, so I couldn't go Wednesday. But Thursday, I went to an auction house, and like I only found this out like a couple of days beforehand. So initially, the Meckham auctions, I was not planning on going until they announced a specific car that was going to be there. So I go to Meckham auctions, and they had. Let me just go through this first. That was a bit risky, but we made it. Anyways, at Meckham auctions, they had a Ferrari 250 GTO on display, and it wasn't just a 250 GTO. It was the 250 GTO that was scanned for Gran Turismo 6, Sport, and 7. I think its chassis number is like 3729, something like that. So I got to see that car at the auction house, and the crazier thing, which I didn't even realize until I read a bit of its history, that 250 GTO was the only one that Ferrari made in white. That was also a sexy term. Yeah, but that was the only one that Ferrari ever made in white. So I'm actually quite curious as to how much value that will add. Yeah, so the GTO that's in the game Yeah, that's not its true color. It's actually white. Yeah, so I spent some time around it, try to get a couple pictures and videos of it. Sadly, I couldn't like stand really close to it because they had it like in a, what do you call it? Like in a display area. So the closest you could get to it was probably like maybe like 6 or 7 feet from it. Excuse me. Grove, how's it going? Seeing a lot of frame drops. I blame my internet. I don't know if I can do anything about that. Then I think my brother's doing work right now, so he's probably hogging a bit of the internet as well. Don't I usually stream later in the evening? Yeah, actually, that is, well, for me, yes. Usually I stream at around 9:30 p.m. Yeah, 9:30 p.m. or 10:30 p.m. Because that's when I'm like free. But I've also been trying out this sort of time. So what's it, like 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. to see if that works too. Especially if there's like a really interesting daily race combination that I want to do, then I'll go out of my way. Or in the case of this one, which I'm trying it out, like this is my first time trying it out. Like if I want to make a lap guide out of this, if I stream it not too long after I go home from work, then hopefully like while I'm still wide awake, I can try to whip out a good time and then use the rest of the evening to make the lap guide. So that way I can hopefully finish up the lap guide and then go straight to bed. At least that's the hope. Because I know if I try to do the stream or the lap guide stream at like 9 p.m., then it'll go to 11 p.m. and then I'm gonna get really tired, and then I'll probably have to be up until like 2 or 3 in the morning trying to get the lap guide done, and my body just cannot do that anymore. Like even last night, like I was starting to struggle to stay up past midnight. I lost so much time right there. Like I was having a hard time trying to stay awake past midnight, and shortly after the stream, like I just went to bed and I knocked out right away. I still think Car Week did a number of me because, oh my goodness, Car Week had me so tired because I had to go to bed early, and then I had to wake up really early so I could try to beat the traffic to Monterey. And then there's like all the walking and stuff that I'm doing. Like, it kind of got to me. To the point where I was just, like, I think it was a Friday where I was kind of not feeling it. I was like, man, I'm really tired. Even Saturday when I went to Laguna Seca, I was honestly feeling really tired. And I had a good night's sleep the night before. I think I went to bed pretty early, like around 10 p.m. and woke up at, what time did I wake up? I think it was like 5:45, 6 in the morning, and I was still feeling pretty tired. Oh, enter 43. Yeah, you got this. We can try to beat each other's time, because I think we're near each other. We're about 2 tenths away from each other. But yeah, so going back to Car Week, yeah. So that 250 GTO, I was like, wow, that's really amazing. So I hung out around it for a bit, got some pictures, got a couple videos of it. Not that I was doing anything, it was just sitting there. And then after that, which I felt kind of bad because I only went to Mecha Moxes just to go look at the 250 GTO, and after that I was just like, Alright, I'm out of here. I barely looked at the other cars and I just left. And after that, I went over to, there's like a hotel at the 17-mile road that's like really well known, where there will be some crazy cars just parked there. So I went there. There was some good cars hanging out there. There was an F40. There were 2 F50s. But oh boy, I was at the right place at the right time, or I was at the right place just a little early, because I was gonna get ready to go when a Lamborghini Reventon shows up. And I think there's only 20 of those ever made. And I was like, yo, that's pretty cool. But I still stuck around. I didn't go to it because I think it went to the nearby parking lot, so it was gonna be there for a while, so no rush. But I stuck around there because I was like, okay, this is probably gonna be something that's gonna show up. And eventually, 3 of the, what's it, like the AMG or Mercedes 6x6s showed up. I think 2 of them were actually Brabus. And this is something that I've heard. I don't know how true it is, but one of those, I don't think it was a Brabus. I think it was a Mercedes. One of them was apparently imported from the UAE. So what's it, like, United Arab something? And it has a special license. Okay, maybe special is not the right word, but it has a very unique license plate where on the left side of the license plate, like, it has a country, which interestingly says Saudi Arabia. And then in the middle of the license plate, where like usually like the numbers and letters all go, it's literally just the number 1. So what I've heard is that license plate is so unique, and only what's it? I think it's like only royalty can have that license plate. That apparently that license plate alone is worth $15 million. If it's true, that is crazy. But again, I don't know how true it is. That's just something I heard when those cars were passing by. And then what else? So I hung around there for a little while more at the hotel. And eventually I went over to the parking lot, and the Reverend Tom was still there, so I was able to get some pictures of it. And then I keep walking around the parking lot for a bit longer, and that's when I noticed, hold on, well, that was risky. So I walked around the parking lot for a little bit longer, and I also noticed that 2 Bugatti Chirons were parked next to each other. And it only gets better from there, because there was also, I think there was also a Singer that was parked there. So it's like a very highly modified Porsche, to where it kind of becomes its own car. There were a bunch of Lamborghini Revueltos parked around that area for some reason. I don't know if it's just like sheer coincidence, but that's something I noticed. And as I was looking around as I was hanging out with the Chirons, and McLaren Senna pulls up. So this is like, holy moly! Like, this parking lot is a parking lot that just keeps on giving. Like, these crazy cars just don't stop showing up. So eventually I was like, okay, I have to get going now, like, because I want to go to other areas. I want to go down the 17-mile road because like I barely even started driving down it, and then I want to go to Carmel to see if I can do a bit of car spotting before I have to go home. So I go to the parking lot where my car was at, and what gets crazy is that this parking lot, I had to take like a 5-minute walk, which is not too bad. But this parking lot, like when I initially stopped by there to park the car, like there wasn't anything going on. Like there was a LaFerrari there, but that was it. But when I get there to get ready to leave the area, there were a whole bunch of car carriers there, and there was a Ferrari SP3 parked there. And I was like, I have never seen this car before. Like, this is awesome. So I go and get pictures of it, and like there's like already like a small crowd of people. And word is starting to go out that these Ferraris are starting to get unloaded. Because what I quickly found out was that parking lot was being used to unload a whole bunch of Ferraris. Some were going to go to events, some were going to go to customers. But that was kind of like going to be like the temporary hub. So I hang around. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to hang around here for a bit and see what else gets dropped off. Not long later, a second Ferrari SP3 gets dropped off. And then another Ferrari SP3 gets dropped off. And then comes a Ferrari Enzo, comes another LaFerrari, and then a fourth SP3 gets dropped off. And I was like, holy moly, like what is going on here? But by the time the fourth SP3 was getting dropped off, like there was already a big crowd of people. Like word went out that these Ferraris were getting dropped off at this place, to the point where what was it, like Pebble Beach security? They had to come in and kick us all out. Someone eventually found out that like much later in the day, what's the new Ferrari? Was it the F80? I think it's the F80. So like someone stopped by there like much later in the day, like when no one was around, and there was an F80 there. It's like, damn, I would have loved to see it, but I was already somewhere else. Yeah, but that was really crazy, and I've never seen an SP3 before until that day. It was so cool to look at. Kind of like it looks like it comes from like a video game, and like looks kind of futuristic. So, yes, I go driving around. I go through the 17-mile road. I go through Pebble Beach, and hold those thoughts. Oh, that was a beautiful chicane. Didn't get that much time though. But anyways, so I go down the 17-mile drive, and honestly, it's a really lovely drive. And I was just driving around because I know there's gonna be something crazy hanging around there. I just had to be there at the right time. There was like a group of cars hanging out with each other. I guess they were trying to figure out where they wanted to go. In that group, there were two Nissan Skyline R34s. And I was like, that is awesome! So I stopped by, and I get a couple pictures. And luckily, I caught them just in time because they were getting ready to go. So I was able to get a couple pictures of those R34s, and then they went ahead and left. So I was like, okay, that's really cool. So now I was going to go ahead and keep driving around. Oh, that's such a terrible turn. I'm braking too late now. So I go down the 17-mile road, and I find this car. Yeah, so I find this car, and I'm like, I don't know what car this is. Like, it's a car that's from the 60s. And at first glance, you probably think it's the second version of the Ferrari 250 GTO. But it's not. I think it's called the Bizzarini. Which, if I remember correctly, I looked up a bit about it. I think Bizzarini had a say, or like he had a hand in working on the 250 GTO, and then eventually he moved on and did his own thing, which was that car. But just like the way it was kind of just like parked by itself, I don't know. The vibes just felt different in a good way. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get some pictures. Like, there was a couple of people there that were getting pictures of it as well, so I hung out with them for a bit, and then I almost tripped like an idiot. I was trying to climb on something, and then I tripped. So I made a fool out of myself. Sadly, I messed up my ankle in that process, which I still feel it to this day. I think it's been a week at this point, and my ankle, I still feel it in my ankle, like it hurts a little bit. Also, J-Funk, I will read your message in a bit. So then, actually, you know what? I'm gonna answer your question now. I know I already have the answer for that because I stalk its prices every now and then, and the answer to that is a 1969 Pontiac GTO, the Judge. I still think that is a car that I could, like, that's my, like, the dream car for me. It used to be the F40, but the GTO took that trophy, or took the lead there. Like, I still think that I could probably afford it one day, as long as it's not like a really special edition one, because I think there was one that was getting auctioned off recently for like $300,000. If I can get one for like $100K tops, I consider that one. But I think you can probably get it for even cheaper than that. However, I am a bit picky about the kind of Judge I want. I want one where I think there's like basically only two things that I want from the Judge. I need it to be a hardtop. I honestly do not care if it's an automatic or a manual. And the second thing, which is honestly like a huge make or break for me, the front headlights need to have, oh god, I'm forgetting what it's called, but it's like where there's a toggle, and there's a toggle that can uncover and cover the headlights. If the Judge does not have that, I'm not interested. If it's not a hardtop, I'm not interested. Actually, make it three things. The third thing that I am also extremely picky about, it needs to be carousel red. If it ain't that color, I'm not interested. I know, I'm like extremely picky about it. If it's ketchup red, I don't care. I'm not interested. Yeah, that's my ultimate dream car. Yeah, chat, let me know what's your guys' dream car that you can hopefully afford. I'm kind of curious to know what your guys' answers will be. That was okay. Ooh, an R6 Avant. Ooh. Wait, hold on. Is that the car? Is that the car I think it is? Okay, it's not. I think I was thinking about like the older version of it, but wow, that looks really nice. Oh my goodness. I could totally see myself with a car like this. That looks really nice. Oh wow, yeah, that's a really nice car. That's really good looking. And that was not a good corner right there. Yo, this might be the... No, maybe not. It'll probably be like a very low 0.0. Yeah, that's what I thought. Very low 0.0. I just gotta clean up. Just gotta clean up this area right here, and then clean up a little bit of the chicane, and that should be the 43 right there. I don't know if how nice. The only hot hatch I like it. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Okay, hear me out on this. Suzuki Swift. We're talking. What's it like? One of the more recent versions of it. I could honestly see myself with a Suzuki Swift. But what makes me sad is that they're not sold in the U.S. I got really jealous because the other was like a couple years ago when I went to Mexico. I was walking around town, and what do I see? A Suzuki Swift. And I was like, I would love to have this car. It's probably a little shitbox, but I would just love to have it. I would just love to be like, yo, owner, I will buy this off of you, and then I'll just take it to the States. But they're probably not even legal over here, so it'd all be for naught. Like, like this reminds me of like there was one little shitbox that we had. It was a Chevrolet 2009 Chevrolet Aveo. To nearly everyone, they're probably gonna hate it, and honestly, I'd agree with you. But it's but the 2009 Chevrolet Aveo is my favorite little shitbox. Hear me out. This is the car that got me my license, my driver's license. That's basically the only reason why it's my favorite little shitbox. It drove like crap. Its engine gave out after 60,000 miles, so its reliability was terrible. But it got me my driver's license, and because of that, it forever earns a spot in my Hall of Fame. Yeah, that and its performance is miserable. You press on you slam on the throttle, and the only thing it does, it just makes noise. It barely goes faster. I remember one time I was driving I was driving over to Oakland for a convention, and we're talking. Oh my god, this is like probably 20. What was this? 2016, 2017, when this happened. So I was on the freeway, and the flow of the traffic was going really like unusually faster. Like we're going like 85, 90 miles an hour. Poor little Avail was screaming. Like it was so close to redlining. I was like, oh, I should probably slow down. But still. And this is like the hatchback version of the Avail, not the sedan. But still, it was a little shitbox. It was a little shitbox hatchback. But it was my favorite shitbox. Because it made my life so easy when it came to doing the driver's license test. And because of that, that car forever has my respect. Like you can sit, like you can talk as much smack about it. I'll probably go to the ends of the earth to defend it, even though I know it's a terrible car. And also, okay, and also I know that the Chevrolet Avail is not actually a Chevrolet Avail. I know it's like a Daewoo something, because I know it's originally from Korea. It's like a Korean car from Daewoo. It's just that General Motors is like, hey, let me borrow your car, slap on Chevrolet Avail badges on it, and then we'll call it a day. So yes, the Chevrolet Avail is actually a Daewoo. Chevrolet Avail former has a spot in my heart. Suzuki Swift, I would love to own that car one day. Whenever it becomes legal here. Probably like 20 million years. Oh my god, J-Funk. That's an interesting first car. Oh yeah, Scirocco. Yeah, Scirocco. Dude, that'd be sick if we could get Scirocco's over here one day. That and okay, Jimneys, dude. If Jimneys, especially like the more recent station models, like if that ever became a thing over here, I could see myself owning one. Like it'd just be like a really silly little car to own, but it'd be fun. That reminds me. This happened a couple weeks ago when I was on the drive home from work, and I see this very unusual looking car. And to be quite honest, I never knew it was a thing. But K-vans are a thing. I don't know how I never knew about this, but I learned that day that K-vans were a thing because I saw someone driving around in a Honda Vamos, which is the cutest. I don't know what year it was, but it was like the cutest little van ever. And I was like, oh my god, like, I don't know who you are, person, but that is such a cute little car. Okay, honestly, I could just see myself owning a K car one day. Like, something about K cars just fascinates me so much. Like, it doesn't have to be like a Suzuki Cappuccino. It doesn't have to be a Honda Beat. Like, just a K car. I would love to own one. It can even be a K truck, for all that I care. Just a K car in general. Like, I would love to own one day. That was the worst hairpin ever. That's going to cost me time. I'll be surprised if that's a 43. That is surprisingly a 43. that was surprisingly a 43. I would call it a stream here, but I do want to see if I can try to shave off just a little bit more time. I think I can do just a little better. But I am happy that I got the 43. I'll just take a little break for now. Sharko's got the sips. Ooh. My neighbor imported a Subaru K-Truck. It leaves me so... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because they're small and cute. It's like that shouldn't be possible, but it's like, well, someone made it possible. I don't know. I know at Laguna Seca, there are, I don't know if they're like, if like the facility owns them, but I know when I was there for this past week, this past week, and then that one time I went to it for another event, there were a couple K trucks driving around, and they were like trying to move stuff around, and I think it's really cute. Now you see them doing what they're built to do, and it's like, and they're doing it flawlessly. And it's like, that's so cool. Like, I really wish I could see I really wish I could own a K car. Maybe not a K truck, but just like a K car. I would love to see myself owning one day. I think, what was it, last year or the year before, where I saw an AutoZam. I thought that looked really cool. I think it's like a mid-engine rear drive K car, I think. I know cappuccinos, I would love to own one, but I think they're... Actually, what? I want to look this up right now. How much are Suzuki cappuccinos? However, I need to filter it out where it's only the ones that are already in the US. Cars and bids. Let's see how much you're going for. No reserve. Sold for $6,300. Okay, you know what? That's actually... Honestly, I thought they're going to be like overpriced to hell, but $6,000 is actually a lot less than I thought. You know what? Maybe it is possible. Massive perk to Canada is a 15-year import. Oh, you silly sausages! I am jealous of you guys. Yeah, that's a shame here. You gotta wait 25 years, and it's like, even then, like, shoot, man, like, it's barely 2025. We're barely getting the R34s over here, and they're going for a lot of money. I think average over here is going for like 100. At least 100K, which is, yeah, that's dream car territory, unfortunately. And I'm scared that they're just gonna keep shooting up in price. So I can see myself owning an R34 when I probably retire, if I even get the chance to retire. So that's GG's. However, the good news is that I got the 143, which means I can hopefully get the lap guide done tonight before I go to bed, and I don't have to worry as much about going to bed like at 4 in the morning. Actually, what time is it right now? You know what? What time did I start the stream? It started an hour ago. It only took me an hour. Wow. I'm honestly surprised it took me... Honestly, I thought it was going to take me much longer to get the 143. But I only got it within an hour, so... I'm generally surprised. I really am, because I don't play GT7 as much as I did back then. And I know I've gotten pretty rusty. So I'm I'm pretty surprised I was able to get this time so soon. I thought, like, honestly, I kind of went into the stream thinking that I was going to struggle a lot. To an extent, it's true, but it didn't take as long as I thought. Like, I thought I was going to need the entire 2 hours, but it only took me, what, like an hour and a half, which is pretty damn good. For me that doesn't play this game as much, it's not too bad. Dude, 2010s are peak. What cars do I like from 2010s? I'm honestly not too sure. I think for me it's the 2000s that were peak. That was peak for me. Because I know there's the, like, when the Camaro and the Mustang got unveiled. What was it, like mid 2000s? And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And it came out the goated 2009 Chevrolet Aveo, which is actually a Daewoo. Good times. I also remember I got another story for you guys. I got hesitant on the throttle right there. That definitely cost me time. Oh, that was risky, but it paid off. Using literally the entire width of the track. Bam. I think that's it for me right there. I got the time I want. I really got the time I wanted now. That's great. And again, like, yeah, I know I shouldn't be like too happy about this, but I feel really happy about it because I just don't play this game as much as I did back in the day, and so I feel like I'm rusty nowadays, but still being able to get decent times makes me really happy. Anyways, speed muffle. I'm just okay. I still live up to the name of being the world's most okay player. I'm trying my best over here. I can see American car. Yeah, yeah. So what else do we got? Oh, we also got like the early 2000s with the R34s. Were the Supras still coming out in the early 2000s? I want to say yes, but. And then there's the SV2 Cobras. Oh man, good times. Good times. Ish. And then you got the Danger Noodles. Let me see the replay before I forget. What else came out in the 2000s? What year did the Celine S7 come out? Was that late 90s or was that early 2000s? That was mid 2000s. Actually, no, I was right. 2000 to 2009. Celine S7 it looks like it hasn't aged a day. You could say that that car had came out yesterday, and I'd believe you. That car still looks fantastic to this day. That's very nice of you, J Funk. I'm just a dude who kind of just says, screw it, let's make a lap guide out of it, and made a lap guide, and the rest was history. Oh man, I still remember I was like really nervous when I made the very first lap guide. I still get nervous about making lap guides, and I know it's honestly difficult for me to make lap guides, mostly because of time. But I'm trying to find a way where I can give myself time to get a lap guide done ASAP without staying up until God knows what time, because I work in the morning. I think this might work. I'm really hoping that this works. Like if I can get like a good lap time like this within like an hour or an hour and a half instead of 2 hours, and then I go eat dinner, which I'll be eating dinner in a bit, and then get cranking on the lap guide. Maybe I could probably finish before 1 a.m. at the latest. Like if I can do that constantly, dude, I'm set. Like I'll be very happy. Like yeah, it still sucks that I can't whip out a lap guide, like do all nighters like how I used to back then. But if this is the next best thing that I can do and still consistently get lap guides out, dude, I'm all for it. But yeah, Super GT. Yeah, he is one of the gateway. Like I think back in the day, it was either Zocker, Super GT, Key, Tijni, or Z28. Or I think he goes by Zector 1 now, but Z28 back in the day. I think those like they were the main gateways to the world of Gran Turismo. At least back in the GT Sport days. Because I know with me, like once I started to get a bit more serious for Gran Turismo or GT Sport, the my first gateway into it, at least on the YouTube side, was Key, and then Super GT followed like really shortly after, and then just after that, that's when I found Zocker, and then Tijni, and then like about a little bit later, that's when I found Z28. It's kind of funny. It's like you find one and then like you come across one and then like you quickly start to discover the other ones. But nowadays, actually, who would be the gateways for today? That's a good question. Oh, that's a good question. Who would be a gateway for today? Because I feel like today, like, it's a lot more diverse now. Especially like if you're trying to find like single player content. There's like a whole that's like a whole different sphere compared to like sport mode. Because I know for like GT7 sport mode or multiplayer, you have Tijni, you have Super GT, you have Key, you have Digit, you have Sparks Theory, Wind. I know Wind. I've seen him live stream GT7 again. I know there's a couple other people that I haven't that I haven't come across yet, but I'm sure there's other like really big Gran Turismo content creators that I just haven't come across yet. Who else? Rory, yes, Rory. Yeah, Rory's grown huge. I feel terrible for forgetting about him. Yeah, Rory's another gateway. Digit's doing great. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy that he's doing this well. Yeah, Digit's a really good gateway into GT7, at least for the multiplayer side. And then for the single player stuff, honestly, I think for the single player stuff, that one's gonna be a bit harder to. That one's gonna be a bit harder because I'm not as familiar there, but I know there's. Oh my god, I'm gonna butcher his name so poorly, and I feel really bad because I know every now and then I talk to him. Then Neff and Tate. I know he's going really big, and I remember him mentioning that like he would use my guides, and then he eventually started his own channel, and now he's going really big. So there's Neff and Tate. There, if you guys know Fossil Field is he's getting a pretty decent following. I think how many subs is he at now? Yeah, he's almost hitting 17K subs, and I remember following him when he only had like a few thousand. Like his stuff is so interesting to watch. I remember finding his Taming a Monster series, and his like the way that he goes about like the process of trying to tame the cars with the engine swaps, or for some that they don't have engine swaps but they have like really crazy setups, and then just like the kind of like the random things he says, like it's so intriguing and so funny. Like sometimes they catch me off guard and it just has me rolling on the floor laughing. Dude, PX can't. Oh my god, I missed it, dude. I hope he's doing well. I think he mostly moved on to doing. I don't know what kind of videos he does now, but I saw he's been doing well there. So yeah. Other than that, I hope he's doing. I hope he's doing well. Who else? Yeah, and I think that's all right because I know there's some people who I know there was like some people that that have told me that they used to watch my stuff and then they've kind of moved on. It's like, I mean that happens. That's life. Or they look at my stuff and it's like yeah, it's not my cup of tea. It's like it's all good. You got your preferences. Trying to think who else. Who else is like big? I know Zocker every now and then he makes Gran Turismo 7 videos. Every now and then. My stomach's growling. I know Amos dude, I know every now and then whenever he makes a video like it tends to pop off. Oh, just Rowdy. I know every now and then he makes I don't know what you call it, like the showcase videos where he shows off a car. He tunes it for I think he does max builds, but he mainly does showcases where he's racing around with the Sophie AI. But he also does cinematics for the cars, and it looks so damn cool. And and then I just see those videos really pop off. It's like, damn, that's really cool. It's like I wish I was like that creative. And that's one of the things I want to do. I want to try to get more creative and just take more risks. And that's one thing that kind of scares me a little bit about the lap guides, where I've kind of fallen into like this thing with the lap guides where it's like it just feels safe, and it's like I want to try other things as well. Like I don't care if it doesn't work, but I'd be satisfied to know that I give it a try. There's a thing that I'm doing, and I just need to iron out the details because I already have a couple things recorded for it. I can start making videos for it, but I just gotta iron out a couple more things and then just get it going. What else? What else? What else? What else? I will say one of my favorite things I've done were the silly things in the missions, because I know I did a couple at the start of the year, and there was the one where I did, what was it? I remember hold on. I remember doing this event with the engine swapped a Barth. Where is she? Where's my cute little demon spawn? You are somewhere around here. I know you're somewhere around here. I haven't used you in a very hot minute, but I remember using you. Where are you? Ah, there she is, my cute little demon spawn. The engine swapped a Barth. This one was so difficult to nail down, but I remember getting to 27 laps, and it was such a great feeling. And I'm still number one in the world. Oh, she's still up there. You're so cute. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my goodness. I remember making a video on that, and as infuriating as it was, because trying to control that thing was so difficult, and trying to do it for an hour was it got to my nerves. But then editing it and then getting it out was so satisfying. It was so much fun to make. The other one, which honestly makes me a little sad, that the car is in the top one. It was in the world record for a while, but eventually it lost its spot. It was with the engine swapped R34. I think I need to find a detuned version of it. That reminds me, I'm really sad that Kiri's graduating, because I named a tune after her. Kiri Kirval is my Oshi. I'm really sad that she's graduating. She's gonna stop streaming, I think, next month. She just barely announced it, and she's one of my she's one of my all-time favorite live streamers, and her VTuber model is so damn cool. I gotta detune it quite a bit just so I can actually enter the event and show the leaderboard. So give me a moment. Okay, should be able to enter now. Anyways, yeah, so I made a whole livery of her because I know she loves the R34. It's her dream car. And I was able to get this car to 40 laps because my main challenge was, can you get this specific car to do 40 laps at the Deep Forest 1 hour race? So I was like, okay, main rules, don't use the cappuccino because the cappuccino is broken. So basically the main rule was R34, 620 performance points, racing hard tires, and after that, everything else is fair game. And I was able to just barely hit 40 laps, and I was honestly tearing up because I think I spent nearly a month trying to get this to work. And I got it to work, so I was like, yes! And the cool thing was that it was number one in the world. I think it was number one for a whole month before the cappuccinos started to come in. But then you got this guy in the Impreza, which I need to see if I can try to somehow do 42 laps. If I can do that, that'd be sick. But yeah, so I made that video, and that was honestly such a satisfying video to make. Very different from the lap guides and stuff, but just showing the process and the struggles of trying to make the 40 laps happen in that R34 was so much fun to show. There is one that I've recorded that I still have yet to make a video of, and it involves this one right here, the Tsukuba 30 laps. So for those that need a refresher with this specific challenge, let me find a car first that I can actually enter this event with. With this specific car or combination, it's a 30 lap race, so it's not timed. And the thing is that on dry conditions, it is 100% possible with the right tune to do 30 laps in under 30 minutes. However, the plot twist is that it rains in this race. Like halfway into the actually, yeah, I think it's like around halfway into the race, it rains. Like I'll show you. Yeah, you can already see that. Like there's a pretty nasty storm coming in on the top right hand corner of the screen. It's definitely gonna rain. So part of the problem was that tire wear is high, so you have to build a car that has decent tire wear where you can get away with one pit stop. Fuel is also an issue, so you have to also try to find a car in a build where you only need to do one pit stop. And the most annoying part was that you had to keep refreshing the race, so you can get a weather seed. Like you can already see that the weather system changed. You have to get a very specific weather seed where it barely rains in your race, and when the rain comes in, it doesn't impact the your race that much. So if you get it all together, like string it all together, then it is 100% possible to get 30 laps done in under 30 minutes because I was able to do it. So initially I went into this with the engine swapped R34, but for 600 performance points it's not the greatest. But the Imprezas with the Group B engine swap is really damn good. You do have to fuel them quite a bit, and you also have to really take care of your sports medium tires. If you can do that and then get a good weather system, under 30 minutes is possible. And so far, only 2 of us have been able to do 30 laps in under 30 minutes. Also, apologize for going into this huge tangent. Yeah, I should still have all the footage for it. I just gotta find it and make a video out of it. But trying to get this done, it was also pretty fun. It's just that trying to get the right weather seed was the most annoying part, because you can either be really lucky and get it right away, or you could be refreshing the race for days before you get the right weather system. Unfortunately for me, it took days. There is something I want to do with the Deep Forest race. It involves a very specific car, and I know I'm going to absolutely hate it. But maybe one of these days I'll give it a go. All I know is that I'm really gonna hate it because I already know it's not gonna be a fun time. But I don't know, it'd just be pretty funny to make. But other than that, I'm gonna let you guys go because I already got the time I wanted. I'm wasting my own time because I need to make a lap guide out of this. So, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to end the stream. So let me go over to my computer. It also kind of sucks that the seat. I don't know what the seat is for the play seat challenge, but it does make you sweaty. But anyways, that is all for me. Take care, everyone. And yeah, I'll try to get the lap guide out tonight. Take care, everyone. Have a good night or a good rest of your day. And this is Mr. Messier, and I'll